overcoming a challenge be the catalyst for change in someone's life? You know, it's so often in our darkest times, the darkest chapters of our lives, that the seeds for growth are planted. And it's up to us to choose whether or not we nurture those seeds to allow our growth and create a better version of ourselves moving forward. I want to share with you my personal journey and perhaps a couple lessons that will help you nurture the seeds planted in even your darkest of times. You ready for this? Let's get it. A very wise individual once told me that hard things are hard. Bam! Truth bomb! Hard things are hard. But if you can get through those really difficult, hard, challenging times, there is nothing but growth ahead of you. Though now, standing in front of you, a renowned keynote speaker and CEO, making millions in speaking keynote engagements alone, in this video, I want to share with you my journey, one of the darkest challenges I've ever experienced, how I overcame it, and lessons I learned along the way that will help you grow through your next really dark, really challenging hard time. One of the most difficult challenges that I faced in my personal life was my alcoholism. Embracing it and learning how to deal with it and live with it from day to day. So my drinking really started as more of a social type activity, right? Going to parties, hanging out in college, and it was kind of the exception to the rule. But day after day, week after week, year after year, it became more of the rule instead of the exception. And I was finding that the alcohol was helping me numb out the really difficult emotions of life. The challenges, the frustration, the anger. And I developed a really strong career in drinking. And honestly, both of my parents are actually in recovery. They're both recovering alcoholics. And for the longest time, they would make hints that maybe I had the same gene. But I'd always dismiss it. There's no way that I'm an alcoholic because I've never gotten a DUI. And I would actually go with them to AA support groups. And really the reason was not just to support them, but actually to convince myself that I wasn't an alcoholic. Because I'd hear all the stories said around rooms, and I'd know, well, I'm not that person because I still have a flourishing career. I'm not that person because I've never been arrested for DUI. That's the thing that I really held on to. Well, one night, after I had been out drinking, as I do on a Friday, I was pulled over and arrested for DUI. In the back of that cop car, my world came crumbling down. And then sitting in that jail cell that night, and then after the court date and another 24-hour court-ordered appearance in jail, my world was crumbling. And slowly but surely, I had the opportunity to embrace the fact that I was indeed an alcoholic, and that it was okay, that it was just a part of who I am, this incredible person that I am. And so when I made that choice to say yes to my alcoholism, and just knowing that it's better for my own health as well as the health around me that I remain abstinent from drinking, that's when my career, my life, just shot off on an incredible trajectory. What I have learned as an experience through that journey and embracing my alcoholism and that really, really tough, difficult time after that DUI is that our greatest, most difficult emotions, like that fear, like that shame, like that anxiety, they always signal us into our greatest moments of opportunity to grow, to become better, a better contributor to this incredible world and this incredible life, a better version of ourselves. And it's truly up to us to choose how we navigate through those difficult emotions, how we step into that moment, step into that opportunity, using that emotion as fuel to accelerate our growth, not to hold us back or keep us stuck. By the way, if this is resonating with you, if you've also experienced a really dark, challenging time, just drop me a yeah in the comment box. And by the way, yeah is spelled Y-E 17 A's U-H. Drop it in the chat. Let's all build each other up, work together in this community. Just drop it in the comment box. All right, let's get back into it. So the first lesson that I learned through this journey and through, this life's journey is number one, the most difficult emotions that we experience, like fear and frustration, They invite us into our greatest moments of opportunity to grow, to become a better version of ourselves, to evolve, to learn about us, to learn about our peers, learn about our business, learn about our organization and our clients, our greatest opportunities. Now, the second lesson that I learned is that we have a choice on how we experience change, how we show up, how we contribute, how we lead, how we respond to change that happens around us. It's our choice. And that is certainly something that I learned in sitting in those jail cells and sitting in the back of that cop car and in choosing how I move forward, transforming my life, founding my multi-million-dollar company, and now working to inspire millions all around the world with a mindset of change enthusiasm, arming them with the means to fuel their growth through even their darkest times. Recently I was asked by Success Magazine if change is always a good thing. And ultimately I told them that it is a matter of perspective. And depending on the individual, yes, change can always be a good thing. There is always something within change that if you allow it, you can perceive it as an opportunity. Some way to learn about yourself, learn about others around you, learn about how to become better, how to do things better moving forward. I think that if we allow it, we can always carry a perspective of seeing some hint of opportunity, no matter the most devastating changes in our lives, including being arrested for DUI and embracing alcoholism. If you're digging this content, maybe feeling a little bit inspired by my journey, I invite you to click on the link above my head. This is to another video that I created all around what a change agent is in an organization. Now, this is the link to the second part of a two-parter video series. If you want it all, you'll find a way to get to that first part as well. But really, click on this link above for the second part of how to be a change agent in an organization. I want to make sure that you have the tools, the insight, and the data to successfully grow through even your darkest times, your most challenging change endeavors. I'm Cassandra Worthy, and until we meet again, keep growing and keep rocking.